have my pieces. I have them cut to the length I want, and I label front back, so I know exactly how I want to place them. And I also labeled this one inside and outside, and just to know how I'm going to place it. And here is the strap. So to do the insole, I'm not going to show you detail on this video, because I have the first clog videos that I have has detail on this process. So I'm going to go ahead and create my insole piece, cover it up, and then we'll be ready to continue. Alright, so once the glue is dry, we're going to go ahead and roll it over. Alright, so I did go ahead and glue in my insoles, and so I'm ready to do the upper and attach it to the sole. To do this, we'll be using, I have to make sure that I get all the glue off of here, because black suede is not very friendly towards mess. So I'm going to be using this piece of suede I got from Hobby Lobby, and you're gonna use this for this project because it has really no stretch to it, so that it's good for sandals, because you don't want your sandals stretching out while you're walking. This has very minimal stretch in this direction, so I'm gonna use it in this direction because there's very minimal stretch in this direction. So that is the bad side. This is the good side. I'm gonna flip it to the bad side, and I'm gonna cut the pieces out. I'm going to use the ends that I think are very firm, so that my piece does not stretch. So here's my pattern. I did go ahead and add a little bit in the end to make up for the insole that I added to it. So I added a little bit of about 3 millimeters seam allowance at the end to make up for the insole piece that I added. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my pattern pieces. I just wanted to show you here how much I'm actually using to make this whole sandals for the outsole. It's pretty small amount of suede I'm using. So this is really scrap fabric. You do not need scrap leather. You do not need a lot of leather to make shoes most of the time, unless you're making boots. So you can pick up some scrap suede or scrap leather from your local Hobby Lobby or your local craft store. So I have cut my 4 pieces for the straps in the front, my two back pieces, my two strap pieces. Now for the other side, for the straps, you have to prepare that before you put it together. So I'm gonna use this buckles that I have available to me. I like big buckles, but I don't have any right now. So what I do is I have this strip of tape, shoe tape. I use the same one every time because I don't think I want to buy every color. So I use it, and in the middle of it I make a hole. So I kind of bend it halfway, and in the middle I use a leather hole puncher, and I just kind of make a hole in the middle there, and that way the pin on the buckle slips in like that. So I'm gonna put it like so. Right, so like that, and then I make sure I put it on there, whichever side of the strap needs it, on the inside, and I'll just sew it in on the inside. I'll probably put a little bit of I will put a little bit of leather on the inside here to protect so it doesn't hurt my feet. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what I did. So here I sandwiched it between the two piece of suede. Here's the outside of it. I'm gonna go ahead and sew a square box around there. So here we are. I did go ahead and sew the two sides of the back, and this is the only sewing you need to do. Now there's other options. If you don't want to sew, you don't have a machine that can sew through thick suede like this, you could just use hardware to hold it through. There is hardware that you can use to hold it on both sides. And then the other option for buckle is just to have ties in the front. Now I love ties sometimes because they're more comfortable than buckles, and you can adjust them however you want. I'm going to go ahead and transfer all the markings that I have to this one, so I have both shoes marked, and then I'm going to go ahead and place the nails. So I'm going to go ahead and put the nails where I'm marked, and I'm going to go ahead and transfer all the markings in. I'm going to go ahead and nail it in. So you try to use plastic type nails so you don't damage the shoe while you do it. I always end up with marks on my shoe, but it's so there is the first one placed in, and I'm gonna go ahead and place the next one at the end. Next one there, so I have two placed in right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and place the ones on this side, and then try it on, making sure that it fits the way I want it to. Some people use staples for this, so you can go ahead and use utility staples if you want, if it's easier for you, but I like the look of nails, so I use nails. But you can go ahead and use staples if you don't want to sit here and nail things down for an hour or two. Alright, so I have the back placed in. It's starting to look like a shoe. I'm going to go ahead and try it on my foot and see how it looks. So now I have secured the back parts of my sandals, and the last piece is to go ahead and secure the front piece. now I have this whole one completed. As far as getting the side nails in, I'm gonna go ahead and try it on my foot and make sure it fits, and then make any adjustments if there need to be adjustments. So I did try it on, and there's a little bit of a little buggy area right here, so I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna trim it back a little bit so that when I wear it, it doesn't have any. Now I could use a better tool to take this out, but whatever. I use what I have. Otherwise, I'll just keep buying tools and buying tools and buying tools. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take this out and adjust it. All right, so I did manage to struggle and pull the nail out, and I'm gonna take and pull it out of the fabric, out of the suede fabric, and I'm gonna go ahead and trim out the excess that I believe is gonna be enough to make the shoe what it needs to be. So I think it needs to come more like this to get rid of the extra piece right there. I'm gonna go ahead and trim that piece. Go ahead and put this down and try it again. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and try it and come back and see. Alright, I'm going to go around and finish putting all the nails I need to. All right, so now I did put all the nails in. I made the holes and buckled it in so that it's complete. If you can see here, there's a piece of thread hanging out here. So to seal those off, what I do is I use a lighter and I just kind of burn it, and it burns, and I seal it off like that. That way you don't have your threads unraveling. So I'm going to turn the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to seal off all the threads that are hanging around that are going to unravel if you don't seal them up. I also make the work neater and cleaner. It's like a burn and press. While it's still hot, you just press it so it seals it up down. Do that for all the loose ends. Right, so now I have my completed sandals all done, and I'm gonna go ahead and try it on. Okay, so yeah, my pair of sandals that I just made, I'm gonna go ahead and try it on. So I'm gonna put my foot on this one. It feels pretty good. That looks and feels very good. The suede is pretty soft and comfortable, and there's no speaking as to making an insole foam, because that just makes the wood so, not the wood, but the feel of the sole so comfortable. I can't even, putting this on feels like I'm not even wearing any shoes. It feels pretty soft. So all right, so there are my new sandals I just made. I'll say they're pretty comfortable and fit me perfectly. There we go. And I love it. I'm sure I'll be wearing this a lot. It's black. You can go with a lot of stuff. Till the summer is over, I'm sure I'll be rocking this. So thank you guys for joining me in making these DIY clog sandals. This is the first of such I am making with straps on the back, and so I just want to make it with you so you see how I make new things all the time without just using knowledge from other makes to make other things. So if you notice, this is not really need a lot of supplies. You just need it. It's pretty inexpensive to make, and it's very comfortable. It didn't need a shoe last. It just needed the either leather, you want firm leather or suede that I got from my local Hobby Lobby. Some foam. You don't even have to do this part if you don't want, and some nails, and you're good to go. And if here you can use ties. You can have two pieces and just tie it in the front if you like. This just goes to show you how much you can do at home. Thank you for watching me make these shoes. I do hope that you tune on to my channel to see how I do a lot of DIY shoe making. I will be posting a lot of my makes and a lot of tutorials like this to show you how you can inexpensively make slip-ons, clogs, and things at home. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for future content, and hit a thumbs up if you like this video. Thank you.